Hey everybody, it's Patrick and I'm back with another great tool review. Today, sorry for the shop, I have all the guys down there making a bunch of noise, but we are reviewing the Klien nut drivers. So I have two flavors of these, and I don't think that there's, not that I have found, much else that compares to these. What these are these are kind of like an entire pack of nut drivers built into one nice little package. So on the smaller one, what it is, it's 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 5/16. This is kind of my go-to one. I do really like these. They have a couple really awesome features. Like most Kliens, they have just an awesome grip, super rubbery textured grip. They have a hard end. I always assume that's for hitting. I don't know why. I don't know why I've ever hit. I think I've probably used it as a little hammer, but I always like that hard end just because if I have to whack something. But yeah, this is a great tool. The big one I actually just probably got, I don't know, a couple months back, and I saw one of my guys run around with one of these, and I thought it was pretty neat. Now, this one is pretty neat because although the nut driver on these are all, you can't see it, all of the nuts can have little pieces of all thread that go through. So if you've got like a long, machine bolt that's got a long thread on it, it will go up through there and you can thread down it. On this one, it's not quite the same. So this one has more ability for different sizes, but it also lacks that through function on all of them. So on this side we have, which is super neat, 9/16. So I like to always keep a 9/16 socket or something in my bags, and because if I'm working with Unistrut, I just almost am always using 3/8 rod and 9/16 nuts. So I like to have that. And then on this side, we have just a bunch of little stuff. So on this side, we have 11/32, 1/2 inch. This guy comes off inside of this guy. So inside of there is going to be a 1/4 inch and then a 7/16. So we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different drivers built into one little package. The other thing that's cool is it has this hexagonal, is the word I'm going to use, hexagonal shape right here, so you can put a wrench on here if you absolutely had to. I've never been there. Sorry for the noise again, we're at the shop. It's a bustling location. This one, if I was going to buy only one of them, I would buy just this one. I find that this one is just, this thing is huge. I do like it, but it's humongous. You know, I mean, look at my hand. It's a big wrench. And I do use this a lot, but I use this the most. I find that if I'm going to be reaching for, most things are going to be 1/4 inch or 5/16, and it has 3/8. I mean, those are my 3 sizes that I traditionally use a lot of. But depending on what you do, you might be in a thing where you do lots of bolts that are 1/2 inch, in which case this would be a great fit for you. I don't have that problem. And I also the other thing that I've noticed about this is that it can, so these don't fit in this side, they only fit on one side. So if I want to use the 1/2 inch, I have to have these kind of floating around. And they've found themselves being lost a time or two. So that's kind of a pet peeve, is having to set something aside to use it. So it is still awesome. Yeah, not much. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a nut driver. But I have looked for different brands for something like this. I went through the entire catalog on KC Tools of their nut drivers, and they don't have, and it's just, Wera, Nipex, Hazed, or all those different tools. They don't have a single combination nut driver. So if you're listening to any of those brands, that's the thing that guys like me want. We're trying to fit as much stuff in a little tiny, bag of tools as possible. So if I can get away with one tool to do a bunch of them, I'm going to. So I would buy both. That's my best option. Buy both. These are great tools. I don't think that there's any reason why you would have, let me think about this answer. I just don't see any reason why you would choose a full set of nut drivers over this. I guess the one thing that the full set would have would be they generally speaking have all through bolt functions on them. So if that's really important to you, that would be why you would want a full set. But they just take so much space up is my main thing with that. They just take up so much space. So I want lots of combination tools if I can. So I buy these, you can pretty much get these at any electrical store. I didn't find any location exactly for them, and I don't have a tool number for them, so I didn't do any homework for you on this tool. I'm just gonna call it the Klien multi nut driver. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what I'm gonna call it. I'll try to find a link for it and I'll put it in the description. But these aren't super expensive tools. I mean, especially in the world of like fancy tools, I think that you're probably looking somewhere like $30 for one of these. And maybe this one. Maybe this one's a little bit less. I don't know. But these are good tools. You won't regret getting them. And that's another awesome tool review. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.